Untitled Chapter.
We'll start class in just a second as soon as I have a couple more students. Hi, Juan Marcos. Back
Hi.
already?
Yes. How are you today?
Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I can't hear you guys. So, hello?
Hello. Do you copy?
Hello? Someone say something. I think there might be a problem with my audio. I'm going to pop out of class and then come back in, and that'll probably fix it. So I'll be back in just a second, guys, okay? We're talking about sports today. So if you want to start the conversation, then you can get ahead while I'm gone. Can everyone hear me?
I do.
I can't hear you guys. So all right, I think everything is okay now. Someone say something.
Hello?
Yay! Okay, everything is fixed. So glad. So looks like I have a lot of returning students, but just in case, actually, let's see. Yeah, you guys all look like returning students. Hey, Jose, did you get your microphone working? Someone say something. I think there might be a problem with my audio. Hey, Lily, it looks like you've got two Verbling tabs open. Do you want to close one?
Sorry?
Oh, there was some feedback, some echoing coming from your tab. I don't know if you have two Verbling tabs open, maybe?
Okay. It's okay right now?
Yeah, I think it's a... it still sounds like there's an echo, but I don't know where it's coming from. Hey, Jose, you're at work. Are you at work, Jose? I see. That's why he can't talk, right? Because you're at work. Your microphone is muted, Jose. Your microphone is muted. Oh, he's busy. Okay. Well, at least I understand.
Okay.
All right.
Ruth.
Hmm?
Teacher.
Yeah. Hi.
Are you there?
Hey, Jose. How are you? Looks like you've got
My microphone is so bad.
No, it works perfectly. Oh,
Yes?
yeah. I hear you. All right. So today we're talking about sports. So I'm going to have everyone do a quick opinion. My name is Michaela. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and I have always done karate. So karate is a sport that I participated in since I was very young, and I've always really enjoyed it. I'm going to write it there for you guys because the pronunciation is a little strange. And now I would like to know about you guys. So give me your name, where you're from, and tell me if you have ever participated in a sport or if you watch a sport on TV. Both are okay. So I'm going to start with Stas Sakaidak.
Yes.
So tell me about yourself.
I'm from Kazakhstan. I live in Pavlodar city, and I'm student. I love sport. I go in a gym, and I love. I like swimming. And,
do you swim or do you like to watch swimming?
Swim.
Okay, you actually do the activity.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Good to hear from you. Ruth, can you go next? Tell us about yourself and your sports.
Ruth. Yeah. Hello, my name is Ruth.
So I'm going to start with Stas.
Do you listen to me?
Yes, I hear
Yes.
you.
Okay,
Tell me
yes.
about yourself.
I am from Bogota. I'm not good with sports. I don't play any sports. I just like jogging and cycling, no more.
All right, cool. So that's definitely energetic activity. Thank you.
Yes.
Lily,
You're welcome.
will you go next?
Yes, my name is Lily. I'm from Quebec, and I love sport. I like to play soccer or basketball, and I like jogging too. And I'm doing Zumba.
Wow, that's fun.
Yeah, it's
So
funny.
you have a lot of sports.
Yeah.
Awesome, great. Thank you. Kenneth,
Eureka.
tell us about yourself.
Well, my name is Kenneth. I'm from Costa Rica. I used to play soccer at high school, but now I just go to the gym.
All right, cool. And do you like to watch any sports?
Yes, soccer.
All right, thank you. Juan Sobrado, tell us about yourself.
Hi, my name is Juan. I'm from Costa Rica. Sports, I'm not very good. However, I do like them. So once in a while, I play some football. And for general physical activity, I do cardio workout and gym when possible.
Cool. And when you watch sports, what sports do you watch? Is it soccer also?
Yes, but not too much watching just the big games.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you. Juan Marcos.
Hello, this is Juan Marcos from Guatemala City. When I was at high school, I used to play basketball and volleyball. Currently, I'm just swimming sometimes, and in TV, I like to watch sometimes soccer games, such as the finals as Barca and Real Madrid.
That sounds exciting.
Thank
you. Jose, would you like to tell us about yourself?
Good night, teacher. My name is Jose Haspi. I am from Colombia. I like so much soccer and basketball too.
Awesome. Do you play or do you watch?
I watch soccer.
Very cool. Thank you. Glad to finally be able to speak with you. That you can hear us. Yay. Okay, Dina?
Hi, I'm Dina from Egypt. I'm graduated from Faculty of Engineer Communication Department, and I love sports and never practice it.
So you don't practice, but you watch them? Right? Is that right, Dina? You watch sports?
Oh yeah, I watch it on TV.
What kind of sports do you watch?
Football.
Awesome.
Soccer.
Yeah, soccer, football.
Yeah.
It's okay to call it football. Sometimes it will confuse me, but that's okay. You guys can ignore me. Alejandro, tell us about yourself.
Hi, my name is Alejandro. I'm from Venezuela. I'm 20 years old, and I played football when I was a child, but now I don't do it anymore. And I
Okay.
don't watch so much sport on TV.
Wow, okay. So you're not really that interested in sports. You just watch the important stuff.
No, I prefer do other things on internet.
Okay, fair enough. Out of curiosity, does anybody watch female soccer or just male soccer? Does anyone watch a female sport on TV?
Sometime, yes.
And how often would you say? Like once a year or like once a month?
Yeah, it's like once a year because of World Cup.
Oh, do
Yeah.
they have females in the World Cup?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Wow.
But it's not so how to say that? It's not so I don't know how to say it. It's like something. It's not like a main cup word.
So it's different.
It's not very. It's
As
not
it-
very famous that like a World Cup main.
Not as popular.
No.
I see. And how would you compare female soccer and male soccer? Do you think that they're pretty much the same, or do you think they're very different?
It's not very different because the female soccer they're so professional. It's like they did it since they were a child or something, and they're professional, and we know that so men in the game, but it's not very different.
Okay, so I'm going to ask that question to everyone. Why do you think male soccer is more popular than female soccer? I'm going to start with Alejandro. What do you think? Why is male soccer more popular than female soccer?
I think for the tradition, because it's so old when the men play football or soccer. The female is something new. I think in the future it's going to be more and more interesting.
Okay, so because of tradition. How about Dina? What do you think? Why is male soccer more popular than female soccer? Do you agree that it's just tradition and that's how it's always been, so that's why it's like that?
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay, cool. What do you think, Jose? Tradition?
What?
Why is male soccer more popular than female soccer? So soccer with men is more popular than soccer with women. Do you understand? I'll put it in the chat box. There you go. And I'm going to put it in the Google chat box as well. Okay, you can respond in the chat box if you feel like.
Comente.
Juan Marcos, would you like to respond? Why is male soccer more popular than female soccer?
Well, besides tradition, I think that as far as I remember, in history, the women are not allowed to play some sports, but I'm not sure right now. I'm almost sure. As far as I remember, they are not allowed just for a reason of gender. I don't know. It is like machismo. How do you say it in English? Anyone help me, please?
Sexism?
Yes.
Chauvinism, I think.
Yeah, also chauvinism. So, yeah, chauvinism is like when a man is very sexist in his actions, and sexism is just kind of a more, maybe a more formal term for it. But it's the same thing, basically. All right, how about Juan Sobrado? What do you think? Why is male soccer more popular than female soccer?
Because of the same reason. Traditionally, it has been a popular sport among men, and women in the soccer area. It's they haven't been around that much, so I would consider it still an emerging sport in the chauvinism area, because I know that soccer teams in general, in women, they're very good. They even have World Cups. So I think it's more a cultural thing than...
Definitely. Cultural, yeah. What do you think, Kenneth? Do you agree with any of the other answers, or do you have your own reason, you think?
I agree with Alejandro and Juan, because they've been playing soccer for years, and the women recently they've been playing soccer recently, so they
haven't been
aren't
playing as
popular
long.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right, Lily, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the same thing. It's like soccer. A man played soccer since a long time ago, and during this time, a woman. It's like it was like a sport just for men. That's why men. It's become men more famous than female.
Ruth, what do you think? Ruth, you're muted. You have to unmute yourself.
Now?
Yes, perfect. I can hear you.
I think the same as the others. Like it's a kind of culture, macho culture, and because it first began as a sport for men, and it's a strength sport more suitable for men than women.
What do you think, Kenneth? Do you agree? Okay, so that's a new reason. No one has said that yet. You think men have better physical ability or something?
Yes,
All
definitely.
right. And the last person is Stas. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree with any of the answers that people have given?
Oh, sorry.
Do you agree or disagree with the other students in class?
Oh,
All right, Lily, what do you think?
disagree.
Yeah, I think the same thing. It's like soccer.
I'm sorry, will you repeat that?
Disagree.
Disagree with who?
Oh,
Or with what?
I don't understand. Sorry, question.
So we're talking about why male soccer is more popular than female soccer.
Male soccer. No, I think that male soccer it's population soccer and traditionally, and I watched 2 years ago female soccer. It's very interesting because it's they battle. It's very strange and very interesting.
So it's a little bit different than male soccer. The dynamic is a little different. All right. Does everyone have the notes that I attached an article to the class and I also attached some notes? I'm going to put the notes in the chat box. We're going to open them and talk a little bit. First, there are some questions and then there's some vocabulary. So we're going to talk a little bit more about these things. First, I would like for us to talk about sports in general. So let's think of as many sports as we can and maybe talk about how the genders are different. So we talked about soccer already a little bit, how male soccer is very, very popular and female soccer is not really that popular. But are there any sports that maybe women are better in or women are more popular in? Like, can you guys think of any sports that are considered female sports more than male sports?
Volleyball.
Volleyball is usually one that I think is more connected with women than men. Anything else?
Artistic gymnastic.
Okay, artistic gymnastic. You see that kind of thing in the Olympics, as well as dancing. What else? Anything else?
Swimming.
What?
Swimming.
Singing, okay. If you can consider singing a sport, then yeah, maybe women are considered more skilled in singing. What else? I think there are a couple more. Can anyone else think of another sport that's more for women than for men?
Current speed.
What?
How do I call that? It's like running. I don't know how to say.
Jogging?
Track, like long distance running, or I don't know. Gymnastics maybe is more considered a female sport.
Skating.
Ice skating is considered more of a female sport sometimes. Anything else? Okay, so then what about the male sports? What do you guys think of as sports that women cannot compete in?
Rugby.
Rugby, you never really see female rugby teams. Maybe sometimes, but they're not popular. They're not on TV. What else?
Boxing.
Boxing. There are very few female boxers, and maybe more now than before. But if you look at 15 years ago, there's no female boxers. Now it's a little bit more common than before. But definitely, fighting sports are more common to have men in than women. Cooking, I don't think you can even consider cooking a sport, but if you could consider cooking a sport, we might think that women were better than men.
Yeah.
Anything else? All right.
I'm thinking. Oh my God! I'm thinking in Spanish. I'm trying to say in English. Will anyone help me? Levantamiento de pesas.
Weightlifting.
Okay, weightlifting. So do you think of that as a traditionally male sport then?
Well, at least it is more common to see that in TV for men than women.
Definitely. And I myself, I mentioned to you guys that I have done karate since I was young. That's also a traditionally male area. So usually me and my sister, we did karate together. And it was always like 2 girls in a group of 20 or 30 men. And so it was kind of an interesting experience for us because we really loved this sport, but we were always very alone as far as female companions. There were usually just mostly men around, which was good and sometimes bad, kind of depending on how you want to look at it. But it was a good experience, definitely. Okay. We have some vocabulary below these questions. So if you scroll down, written in green, we have some vocabulary words. These are from the article we're about to read, and I think they're worth talking about before so you can understand the article better. The first is short shrift. Short shrift. Does anyone know what that means, short shrift?
No, I don't know.
To give something short shrift means almost to ignore something or not to acknowledge something. So you don't think about it or you don't really give it much thought or time or effort. Short shrift means it doesn't get very much attention.
Okay.
All right. Next we have abject.
Abject.
Abject. Anybody want to take a guess what abject means?
Abject.
Object. Abject.
We've got an echo going here. If someone, whoever that is, will you close your second verbling tab? I think that is what's making the echo. So what's abject? Anybody? Nobody?
Abject.
No.
Best way to describe it is utterly hopeless. It's kind of an intensifying word. It emphasizes. So something that's just miserable, just embarrassing.
Extremely bad situation.
Yeah, it's a very negative word. And it's like a very intense and negative.
Okay.
Counterpoint.
Counterpoint.
Yeah, so what do you think? What does counterpoint mean? It's 2 words, right? Counterpoint.
Yeah, counter and point.
So this is similar to the word Counter-Strike. Has anyone ever heard that word? Does anyone play any video games?
No.
No? So counter is like against somebody. So a counterpoint, I make a point and you make a counterpoint, which means like a point that's against the original point. Everyone understand?
Okay.
No, not really.
So if I say, Well, I like cats because they're cute and clean.
Okay.
That's a point. And then you might say, yeah, but they're not really that clean because sometimes they pee in your house. That's a counterpoint. So I made a point,
okay.
and then you made a point that was against
Okay.
what I said. Catch basin. This is an interesting phrase. It might be better actually to wait until we read the article to discuss this one because it's sort of difficult to describe. Does anyone already know what catch basin is?
Catch basin.
It's like it's an area where things come into the sewer. Does everyone know what the sewer is?
Sewer.
Yes.
What's the sewer?
Where all the how do you say desechos?
Like the waste?
Yes.
All the waste, human waste, when you flush the toilet.
Yes, exactly.
Everything goes there.
Everything goes there.
Yeah. So the catch basin is like an area that catches things before they go into the sewer. It's like, usually it's got like metal and it's got crossbars. So a child can't fall into the sewer. They would just fall into the catch basin.
Okay.
But you might be able to do something smaller.
Are they used in hospitals?
They're used anywhere where a sewer is used. It's just instead of an opening to the sewer, they put these grates where you can see into the sewer, but you just can't. It's not possible to enter there. But that's where like leaves and small animals might get stuck.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Next word we have is nevertheless. What does that mean? Nevertheless.
Nevertheless. What?
Anybody have a guess? Nevertheless? What is that?
Nevertheless.
Nobody?
No.
It's a word that connects two ideas. Yeah. It's similar to a conjunction. So I might say, what?
It's like a connection.
Yeah, so it connects two ideas.
It's similar to but.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Very similar to the word but. So, can someone use it in a sentence?
Yeah. Blended.
What?
Hello?
Anybody? Can you use it in a sentence?
You say that it's similar.
So I'll give you an example sentence then. I have a lot of homework to do today. Nevertheless, I am going to make time to study English on verbling.
Okay.
So I'm comparing two ideas, two opposite ideas. The first says, I already have a lot of homework to do. But the second idea is that I'm going to find time for something anyways. So they're contrasting ideas. How about pulchritude? Pulchritude.
Pulchritude.
What is pulchritude? It's physical beauty.
Okay.
Physical beauty.
Okay.
That one's pretty simple. Provincial? What about provincial? What is that?
Provincial.
Like towny?
Similar. yeah, so a small town is sometimes described as provincial.
Okay.
So if something is small and maybe there's not very much modernization, we might call it provincial. So something that's kind of like small and not very modern.
Okay.
Anecdotal. Does anyone know what an
Anecdote.
anecdote? What is an anecdote?
A story that has a moral.
Yeah.
Or just evoking a particular story.
Yeah, so some kind of short story that sometimes means something, like to support an argument, you might tell a little story. Like, I think cats are the greatest in the world. And then I would say, oh, because my cat is so cute, every morning it licks my face or something. And that's my anecdote to support my theory that cats are cute. Commensurate.
Commensurate.
Anybody? These are very difficult vocabulary words, but it's good that we know them before we read the article. So, what?
Formal?
Yeah, it's definitely a formal word. This is an advanced vocabulary word. It's not something you would hear the average person use. So commensurate is something that has an equal measurement, an equal extent, or an equal duration. How about jocks? What is a jock? A jock. A jockey. So that's similar. What is a jockey? Do you know?
It is sports or something.
A jockey is the term for a person who rides horses.
Okay.
But what's a jock? Jock is different than jockey. A jock is a person who plays sports, like someone who's very active and plays a lot of sports.
Okay.
So someone who's a professional soccer player is a jock. Definitely. Okay. And the last word that we should go over before reading the article is facetious. 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 Anybody know what facetious means?
No.
It's when you're not being completely serious when you say something. So it's almost like a joke. If I say
funny person.
Yeah, you say the opposite of what you mean. So if I
like
really
player.
What?
Like a bad player. No?
A what?
A bad player.
Will you write it in the chat box? A bad player? Is that what you're saying? A bad player?
I don't know.
Would you write whatever you said in the chat box? I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing you. A platform? Is that what you said? All right. So when you're facetious, you basically say the opposite of what you actually mean. You're joking. That's as important. Okay, so let's read the article now. Everyone got the article up?
Yes.
Okay, ladies, Want women's sports to get more attention? Pony up. Actually, let's go over the phrase pony up. What's pony up mean? It's a very interesting phrasal verb. Pony up means to pay for something. So it means like to put in your fair share of money. If I drive all my friends to California and I want them to pay for gas, I'm going to say, all right, friends, pony up. That means give me your fair share of the money. Give me your money. Pony up. All right. If you're interested after class, there is a listening section to this article. So if you want to listen to the story, you can click the blue box with the white triangle in it, and you can hear the story. I think that's a very good addition to our classes. So if you're interested, definitely do that. Paragraph number 1. Let me ask Stas, will you read paragraph number 1 for us?
I don't see anything.
You don't see the article?
No.
I will put it in the box for you then. It's attached to the class, but if you don't have it already, it's right there.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Lily, do you have the article up?
Yes.
Will you read the first paragraph then?
Okay. Fans of women's sports often maintain that female athletics get short shrift from the media, so it had to be something of a surprise gift when ESPN presented the start of the WNBA's draft league.
Right. Okay. So sometimes women complain that female sports get short shrift, meaning they don't get very much attention. Which is true, right?
Yeah.
Sports don't really get that much attention unless they're played by men. I would say that that's completely legitimate. So that's what the article's about, and we're about to find out why this happens, or at least part of the reason. Juan, will you read the next paragraph?
Yes. I can read.
Oh, would you like to read again?
Yes. This happened as it was announced that after two object failures in the past decade, yet another professional soccer league for women will start force in the United States.
All right, so the soccer is really not that popular in the US, and female soccer is even less popular than male soccer. So it's not very popular, and they're going to try and make a league again. So maybe we can create some popularity for the sport. All right, next paragraph, Juan Sobrado. Will you read that?
Okay. Where it says this happened.
No, not to
excuse.
Not to excuse the media, but the reality is that the most attention is given to team sports, where there is an identity with the community, and by extension with the local newspapers and broadcast outlets. Pick up any sports section and most of it will be jammed with box scores from the various leagues. And the men have the leagues.
All right.
Great voice.
Yeah. Juan Marcos, will you read the next paragraph?
Yes. In counterpoint, most attention to women's athletics has historically been devoted to individual sports, and often as not to the prettier stars. This dates back to the innocent so-called "America's Girl" Helen Wills in tennis almost a century ago.
All right. So far, what have we talked about? What is the article saying?
He told about a female celebrities about sport.
Yeah, so this tennis star, she was very attractive, she was good looking, she was America's girl, and she was a popular female sports star. But it's very difficult to find a popular female sports star who's not also beautiful. If you look at all of the most famous sports stars, not only are they very good at their sport, but they're also considered very good looking. And I think in men's sports, it's not as important. Most soccer players might be very good looking, but they don't have to be very good looking in order to be a good soccer player.
Yeah.
Okay, next paragraph. Would you like to read, Jose?
Oh.
No?
Yeah, teacher.
Yeah?
I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, teacher.
Would you like to read from the article?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, go.
Where?
It starts with
counterpoint.
Yeah, in counterpoint. No, I'm sorry, we already read that. Figure skating is where we start.
Counterpoint? Counterpoint?
Sure.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. In counterpoint, much attention to women's athletics has historically been devoted to individual sports, and often as not to the prettier star. This dates back to the innocent so-called American girls. Helen Wills in tennis almost a century ago.
Thank you very much. Next paragraph, Jesus, will you read?
Okay. Figure skating, rear pairing is more important than any other sport. Has been the natural catch, passing for popularity in Winter Olympic years. Figure skating is a terrible, demanding discipline, but it is to sport what the red carpet is to show business. Nevertheless, that sustained attention to pulchritude aside, it does not help right now that American fans of both genders are especially provincial, and that in tennis and golf and figure skating, foreigners dominate.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, isn't it? Any questions so far on vocabulary?
Figure skating.
So what is figure skating? Anyone know? Figure skating is the kind of skating you see on the Olympics when they have amazing costumes and they jump in the air and they twirl around.
Ah.
So normal skating it could be like cross-country skating, is just skating. But when you skate and dance like at the same time, that's figure skating.
And usually a couple, man and woman.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, Dina, would you like to read the next paragraph?
Okay. Still, I think the sisterhood has to look more into their mirror. In the post-title LX era, as girls have flooded into athletics, there has been no comparable explosion by female spectators. It's all very comforting to blame media men for a lack of coverage, but if more women buy tickets to watch female athletics play, then more coverage will follow.
Thank you.
Oh.
Stas, will you read the next paragraph?
Yes. This may be only anecdotal, but I have noticed that in small town newspapers and on community websites, female high school and college sports seem to get a commensurate amount of attention with their male jobs. The imbalance of coverage is so much more at the top where commerce matter.
All right. Next paragraph, Lily.
Yeah. Women's soccer may have the best change for the US. Female stars seems to have been as popular as our men on the pitch. But with the new National Women's Soccer League, and also especially with the WNBA and college basketball success ultimately will surely be determined by whether female fans will support female athletes in their pocketbooks.
All right. Any vocabulary questions so far? How about pocketbooks? What's a pocketbook?
In their pocketbook.
What's a pocketbook? Does anyone know?
It's a bag.
It's a bag. It's usually where it's similar to the word purse. So a pocketbook is where someone keeps their money. And so they're saying that female spectators have to support female sports stars. Not just by saying, oh, people should watch more female soccer, female basketball, but actually go watch games, pay for tickets, or watch the games on TV, support the games. Okay, last paragraph. Let's have Juan Sobrado read.
Okay, and oh yes, for basketball in particular, there should be a coordinated effort to get Las Vegas to run a line of women's games. I'm not being facetious.
Facetious.
Hey, Vegas makes a line on American Idol. Anything you can bet on gets more attention. The bookmakers, ladies, may be more important than the editors.
So if you bet money on a game, you might watch it more than if you didn't. All right. Any vocabulary questions? All right. What do you guys think then? Give me your opinion.
What is facetious?
Facetious?
Yeah.
That was one of our vocabulary words. Does anybody remember what the word facetious means?
Saying something in not very serious way.
Yeah, so something that's not serious. It's like the opposite of what you actually mean. So he's saying that they're not being facetious, which means that they're telling the truth. They're saying what's real. Who's watching TV?
We can hear.
Sounds like, I don't know. I can't tell who it's coming from, but someone's watching TV. All right, so do you guys have any opinions before we end class about what can be done about the popularity of female sports? Do you think the article's correct in saying that the answer is to go watch more sports?
I think so.
So what do you guys think? Do you think it's like a conspiracy? Do you think that men are trying to stop women from playing sports? Or do you think it's just that women don't watch as much sports as men?
Yes, I think the last one.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what this article says, right? So maybe we just don't watch as much sports, and then if women don't watch women's sports, men aren't going to watch women's sports.
Yeah.
Yes, I think the same, the second one, but also maybe if everyone promoted more the playing of the sport and the watching of the sports, more women will be less intimidated to practice it or just watch it.
Definitely. I think that's a big issue as well, and I hope that with time it will get easier, but you're absolutely right. I think a lot of women are kind of scared to enter into a territory that's considered more for men. So it's kind of scary to be the only woman in a bunch of men. You feel alone, and so not that many women do it.
Yeah, that's why I think there should be more emphasis from us guys and from social media to promote it, because I think there is big potential in both sides as sport players. And
that's very sweet. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, guys. Any last opinions before we go? We're about at the end of class, but I had a great class and I really enjoyed hearing your opinions. So I hope to see you again soon, and thank you guys so much.
See you. Thank you very much. It was fun.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good night.